friends, Namaskar. My name is Dr. Narendra Mathur Joshi, and I am here to introduce to you the course The Foundations of Indian Culture by Sri Aurobindo Center for Advanced Research, Pondicherry. So I am just giving you a brief overview of this course. Before that, I will just briefly tell you something about myself and how I came in contact with Sri Aurobindo and Mother's writings and their vision. I have done my Masters in Engineering and then PhD in Sri Aurobindo Studies. Close to 30 years academic research and industrial experience with me. And during this time, there is also a peculiar experience with me when I was working as a full-time worker for Vivekananda Kendra Kanyakumari. And this is where I first came in contact with Sri Aurobindo and Mother's writings. Those who have seen Vivekanandapuram, they will be knowing, and Kanyakumari Vivekananda Rock Memorial, they must be knowing what magnetic charm that place can have on you for the rest of your life. Here we had a complete cupboard of complete works of Sri Aurobindo in library, and I used to always wonder whether I can read some of them, and somehow I tried also. Some of them I read. And during this time, during our rural development work, we also visited some of the ancient temples in southern part of India. And looking at that architecture of the temples, sculptures, I had one of my Tamil friend with me, Sendil. I don't know where is he right now. But when I was looking at those magnificent structures, that time he told me, Narendra, if you want to really understand this, read Sri Aurobindo's The Foundations of Indian Culture. I must thank him because when I came back again, first time I started reading the book and then slowly other books. And fortunately, my posting was in Northeast India, one of the remotest part of India, especially Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, which has still left quite a huge impact on me even today. And during that time also, I was given a work of finding out the so-called missing links between the culture of Northeast and mainland of India. Why there is perception that there are some missing links. To make that research viable and deeper, I need to understand foundations of Indian culture. And there, Sri Aurobindo and his works, apart from foundations, the Renaissance in India, ideal of a Karma Yogin, the Life Divine, so many of his books, they all came to my rescue. So when I came back, I again started working in industry and then in academics. I decided my PhD will be in this subject only, and fortunately Sakar, I could get such a high level of guidance and handholding that Dr. Anand Reddy or Dr. Larry, Dr. Martha, and now Shruti, Kishalaida, Falgunidhi, they all have really understood how to teach these apparently difficult topics, and I learned that. And because of that, now I am very fortunate to work on that same area, and I'm trying to narrate this particular course, explain this course, Foundations of Indian Culture. Apart from that, I'm also working as a academic consultant associate for Yashandraj Open University. I'm also doing project director for Vivekananda Prabodhini, and also handling a project named as India on the March, which is Sakar's very important project. In fact, this course will slowly lead some of the aspirants to that project. In this course of 8 weeks, we are going to cover religion and spirituality, followed by Indian arts, including sculptures, architecture, painting, folk tales, folk dance, classical dance and music, iconography, every part of it. And then we'll come to the Indian literature, right from Vedas, Upanishad to epics to Puranas to classical literature, Kalidas, Bhubhuti, Bhartrihari, Dhas, followed by some of the popular literature, folk literature. Then we'll come to polity, economy, business and trade. In short, no part of India, science and technology, so no part of India will be Indian genius, Indian culture, a revolution of consciousness, because culture is nothing but a consciousness of life. and that with that understanding we'll try to see how India is going to show path to the world tomorrow, because this is not just glorification of the past. We don't have this course just to say that India was having some great ideas. They are very relevant for today and tomorrow for the entire humanity, and with that understanding this course has been developed. So it will cover a huge sweeping coverage of all the elements of Indian life as well as entire human life, and what is Indian genius, how it can show path to the world of today and tomorrow. That is going to be the crux of the whole thing. Thank you so much.